These are probably two of my favorite Kobes of all time. What's up guys, Vinny here with Sneaker Tweaker and welcome back to Mamba Mondays. Today we have a very special versus video, which is the Nike Kobe 5 Protro versus the Nike Kobe 6 Protro. And I gotta say, these are also two, I know they're a little bit, especially the Grinch one, they're a little bit played out now because they're very saturated in the market. But these are also two of my probably favorite colorways in each model, the 5 and the 6. And this versus video is going to really hurt me because it's making me choose between two of my favorite Kobes of all time. But gotta do what you gotta do, and today it's a versus video on these two. As always, let's start it off with the traction. Now, both the Kobe 5 and the Kobe 6 Protros feature a multi-directional traction pattern. Kobe 5 is more of a herringbone style traction pattern. This colorway, this is a Bruce Lee colorway. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. It features a fully solid rubber outsole, and the traction on this grips extremely well, and it gets better and better the more you play in it. The durability though, I would say is probably not going to be the best if you're wanting to play outdoors. It'll probably wear down pretty quickly. Now, if all you can do is play outdoors, then by all means, go for it. You know, grab the shoes that you love, and if these are it, and take them outdoors and play in them to your heart's content. But I will say, not only is the rubber pretty pliable, but the grooves are not very deep, so you will wear down pretty quickly. That being said, the traction does perform pretty amazingly on clean courts and on dusty courts. Dust, you're gonna have to probably wipe every now and then, but as long as you stay on top of your wipes, these are going to be good to go. As far as feedback, for those of you that like it, it'll have a little bit of a squeak, but it's not anything crazy. Now that does differ between colorways. For some reason with Nike and I guess the black outsoles, they necessarily don't have the best squeak, and it kind of correlates I guess to their traction. And it's not, squeak doesn't equate to great traction or bad traction, but with Nike and a black rubber outsole, it kind of tends to. Weird concept, but it is what it is. Now with the Kobe 6 Protros, this one is a Grinch colorway, and again, most of you are familiar with this colorway. These two are also my favorite colorways in each model, like I said. This one features, again, a multi-directional traction pattern. This one is also a scale traction pattern. Part of it, you have a translucent outsole, and then when you get to the heel, 3/4 of it is a translucent, and when you get to the heel, it is a solid rubber outsole. Most players, especially, you know, people that wear these shoes tend to play on their forefeet, and that area is generally what you're going to use. And I gotta say, the traction on this works phenomenal. In this case, I would say the 6s are going to have better bite than the 5s. Both of them do get better over time the more you play in it, and both of them do have top tier bite, but I will say the 6 has a little bit better of a bite. On top of that, the rubber compound on this does also seem thicker and more durable. You're also going to get a better feedback, particularly in this colorway, so if you do like that squeak, you will get a better squeak out of the Kobe 6s, particularly in this colorway. So overall, the traction, I'm going to have to give the slight edge to the Nike Kobe 6 Protros. Now, as for the cushion setup is pretty identical in both of these because they did Protro them. You do have a zoom, or I guess a 4-foot zoom turbo unit, and then on top of that you have a Cushlon carrier in both of them. You're going to get a pretty bouncy feeling in the 4-foot in both of these. However, as for the actual cushion and compression is for the carrier, the Cushlon, you are going to get more compression in the Kobe 5 Protros. They did make the Kobe 6 Protros a little bit more responsive. Now, you still get a really good amount of compression, but the Kobe 5 Protros just feel a lot more plush. Overall, I guess I would have to give the little bit of a win to the Kobe 5 Protros as far as the cushion goes, and that's just because a little bit more compression. I always love compression in my cushion setups, and you know, really can't complain about it. But these are amazing in their own right. Again, it is the same setup, it's just very slight and minor differences. Now for the fit, you all know I got to give it hands down to the Kobe 5s, and the reason being is this is probably one of the all-time best fitting shoes. It is one of those shoes that pretty much fits one-to-one with your foot. It's like an extension of your foot, and it just feels amazing, especially the more you're playing it and the more you break it in, it's going to really feel nice. On the flip side, the Kobe 6s do not fit bad at all. They fit really nicely as well, and then particularly in the insole, these do use that styrofoam insole that does mold to your feet. So the more you're playing these, the more they mold to your feet. So it's actually pretty phenomenal, but again, I will give it a slight win to the Kobe 5 Protro. Now for the materials and the support, I guess I'll separate the two categories just to have a tiebreaker. The support, they're both going to be absolutely amazing. Both of them feature a carbon fiber midfoot shank plate, so its original rigidity is going to be right on point. It's going to be absolutely amazing, but on top of that, you do also get a nice beefy heel counter, and both of them, the Kobe 6s, are going to have a beefier heel counter, both of them TPU, and then lockdown is absolutely amazing on both of them as well. Now the upper is where a lot of it changes. You do have more fuse in the Kobe 5s, whereas in the Kobe 6s you have, I guess, all these like TPU snake skin, I guess droplets just all around the upper, but underneath it is a light mesh upper. So the reason why they put this is just to have protection over that layer, and especially for those players that do a lot of toe drags, this essentially helps protect your upper. And especially like with people playing basketball, you do get stepped on your feet a lot. This is there to protect that upper and help it last a lot longer. Like I said, for the support, it could go either way. Both of them are going to function the way that they're intended to. There's enough features in there to give you that support, to give you that lockdown, and then just make you feel secure. Now the Kobe 5 Protro does have a wider, or I guess more exaggerated outrigger, but the Kobe 6 also has a pretty nice and beefy outrigger. Support, I'm honestly just going to tie it up. It's very difficult for me to pick between the two because they're so identical, but also I guess so different in that same light. I'm going to give it to the Kobe 6s, and the reason being is because I prefer more of this light mesh upper with, I mean, the scales also aesthetically look really nice to me, but the Kobe 5s are no slouch in their own right. I just am not the biggest fan of fuse. These ones I feel fit a lot lighter weight, I guess not lighter weight, but just feel nicer on feet to me as far as comfort than the Kobe 5s. Now the Kobe 5s, like I said, they are one of the best fitting shoes of all time, if not the best, but material wise, I'm gonna have to give it to the Kobe 6. Now, as you all guessed it, overall, I'm tying it up. Some things the Kobe 6 does slightly better, some things the Kobe 5 does slightly better. Both of them are going to have amazing support, amazing lockdown. They do both have really nice beefy outriggers. So as far as stability on that base, you're going to get it. You get carbon fiber midfoot shank plates on both. Traction is amazing on both. Now, like I said, the Kobe 6, in my experience, does perform a little bit better. And then on cushion, the Kobe 5 Protro does have a little bit more of a plush cushion. So there are things that you can toss up here and there. There are there are arguments to be made for both, but at the end of the day, I feel as though this comes down to personal preference for a lot of people. For me and my preference, if I absolutely had to choose to, even though I tied it up, I'm gonna have to go with a slight edge to the Kobe 6 Protro. This is one of my favorite shoes to play in all time. Not that this one isn't, but this is always in my mind as a go-to shoe. Now, as for weight, the Kobe 5 Protro in a size 9 weighs in at 12.3 ounces, whereas a Kobe 6 Protro in a size 9 weighs in at 12.1 ounces. So this one, oddly enough, is lighter weight. I thought this one was going to be lighter weight, but I never actually compared the weight on them. So this one is a little bit lighter. Now, as for the cost of these, I believe both of these retailed in at $180, and that's the retail price, not the resale. So as for retail, they do retail in at that, but again, it's hard to get these at the retail price. Now, the reverse Grinch colorway on this, which just released, that one retailed in at $190, but it's not going to, I feel like that might be a trend just like going forward with the Kobe's. Most shoes nowadays do have like a $10 markup, inflation and everything. That's just how it is. Hopefully things kind of correct themselves. Both of these shoes are amazing. Both of them do retail in at $180. They're both about the same weight as well, but my personal preference is going to be the Kobe 6. Now, a lot of people also ask us where we get our basketball socks from. The answer is from Amazon. They come in a pack of 3 that costs just as much as one pair of Nike Elite Elite socks. The ones we have are these two muted colors, which the white one and the black one, and they are quarter length. So if you guys like quarter length, they have them available in that, but they also have them in the high top version. Like I said, they come in a pack of 3 that costs just as much as the Nike Elites, and these are pretty much the same thing but without the Nike branding. They're cushioned, they're ventilated, and they're amazing socks, and they last a long time. If you guys do want a pair, hit the link in our description down below and go grab yourselves a pack. Not a pair, grab yourselves a pack. If you guys have played in either the Kobe 6 or the Kobe 5, let us know your experience down below. The original or the Protros. And if there are any other shoes you guys would like us to review or have them go head to head or toe to toe, I guess again, comment down below for more content like this. Please like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.